All right, hey guys, happy Monday night. I'm excited to be doing this call tonight. It's going to be a really good one, so I hope you guys are taking notes. And I know a lot of you are going to watch this tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you take notes and get back to me and let me know how it goes. But I think this is going to be something that's really going to benefit a lot of you. So I want to start off just by kind of giving a little inspiration for the week. And I just wanted to talk about, to encourage you guys this week to just have fun. And remember when you first started fitness coaching, it was exciting. You were having fun with it. You're reaching out to people and inviting them to get healthy and fit. And it was just a really exciting, exhilarating time. You're really passionate about what you're doing. And I think as you go along, sometimes it's easy to let that kind of stall out and fall away. And I want you to just remember tonight why you started doing this. Remember how you felt when you started. What was your reason for starting this business? What was your reason for starting to be a Beachbody coach, to be a fitness coach? What made you start? And kind of tap back into that passion and excitement that you had when you first started. Because it's like anything else, we go along and, I've been doing this for 3 years now and I'm making a really good income. I have awesome coaches under me. I have the ability to, like, I've gotten to really touch a lot of people and help people transform their lives, but it's really easy for me to get to a place where I'm discouraged because I'm not as far as I'd like to be. There's still so many things I want to do. I forget that I need to stop and be proud of how far I've come. Look at what I've accomplished. Look at this thing that I've created. Look, this business that I've built. And I want you guys to be able to do the same. Whether you're just starting out, look at yourself and say, hey, I'm so proud of myself that I took this leap. Like, there are so many people that would not even take the step to start this business out of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not feeling like they can do it. So, just taking the step to sign up to be a fitness coach, like, you've already made a huge accomplishment. So, even totally new coaches that haven't even really started building their business yet can get like excited and pumped about the decision that you made to start. That's a huge deal. For some of you, maybe you want to make more income, but be proud of what you're making, be proud of where you're at, and be excited about where you're at, and remember why you started. And I just think that's something that's really easy for us to get disconnected from, and I think it's really important for us to remember that. So I was reading this book to my kids tonight, and it's called The Little Seed. And maybe some of you have read it, maybe some of you haven't. And basically, the book is about this tiny little seed, and it's in this pack of other seeds, and they're blowing in the wind, and they're looking for a place to land. And it's basically all about this journey that this little seed takes to become this huge flower. Like, in the end of the book, this tiny little seed, it's the littlest seed of all the other seeds, becomes this huge, ginormous tree. And it really struck me as I was reading it to my kids tonight. There were all these things about how little it was, how insignificant it was. Some of the other seeds grew faster, but because they grew fast, they got trampled, they got picked. And it really kind of drove home with me the importance of being consistent and being steady with this business. It isn't about shooting up and being a rock star right away. It's about the slow, consistent things every day. And I really wanted to speak that to you guys tonight, that encouragement of more than building your business quickly. It is so important to build your business consistently because, I've seen so many coaches that build super fast. We've had a few coaches on our team that have literally gone diamond in 40, 50 days, and then they're gone. They built so fast, but they didn't have a foundation. They didn't really know why they were doing it, and they were gone. They just totally blew away. So staying consistent with your business, it really is steady and consistent is the key. It's not about fast. It's about being consistent and steady. So I just thought that was a sweet little story that I was reading to my kids, and it really hit home with me because there are coaches that started when I did that have totally built their business super fast and are doing way better than I am. And that's awesome. And it's so, so, so easy for us to look at other people and compare ourselves instead of saying, you know what, that coach is awesome, good for them. That's their story and this is mine, and I need to be consistent my with what my road is and with what my story is and with what my business is, and not put my energy into worrying about that person's business. Be inspired by people that are doing awesome. Don't be discouraged that you're not where they are, because it's not your time, or you have a totally different path to go, or whatever. Be in your business, not in somebody else's. So I hope that encourages you guys. Tonight I want to talk about the business opportunity and sharing the business opportunity. I think it's one of those things that we get kind of, we focus in on the way that we share coaching and the business opportunity with people. We like hone in on the way that we've always done it, and we forget or just lose sight of the fact that there are other ways to share the business opportunity. So I just wanted to talk about those tonight. So obviously, we all know that, one of the vital behaviors is invite, invite, invite. And I think that we invite people to workouts, we invite people to challenge packs, we invite people to challenge groups, but we forget too that we need to be inviting people to coaching. And there are a couple different ways that you can invite people, and some of these you guys are already using, and that's awesome. So the first way obviously is through your challenge groups. So you sign up a customer, and they either have been a customer for a while, or maybe they're a brand new customer and they're doing your challenge group. So they've got the challenge pack. So this is a great way to sign up coaches. And what I've really started doing with my challenge group participants is right out of the gate, I let them know I'm so excited for you to be in this challenge group, but I just want to let you know at the end of this 30 days or 60 days or whatever, I'm going to talk to you about the coaching opportunity. I don't want you to think about it now. I don't want you to worry about it. Just kind of let that sit in the back of your mind, and we'll come back to it later. This is an awesome way to kind of plant that seed with your challengers, because they're not going to feel like it right then. They're just starting out on their journey. They have a goal in mind, but I'm sure they don't feel like they are coach material. So to ask them right then if they want to coach, well, of course they're going to say, no, I'm not ready. But just planting that seed, and I have gotten so many people that say, oh, yeah, whatever, but that's totally not for me. And then I talk to them about it when the challenge is over, and they're way more receptive to it. And some of them have signed up to coach. So just planting that seed with people is super important. And it doesn't matter if you feel like they're going to be a good coach or not. Put it out there. Let them prove you wrong. It might be that little thing that they needed to hear, that somebody believed or somebody saw something in them. Maybe that's what makes their challenge group successful. Maybe that's what makes them a good coach. So just put it out there. You're not really taking any risk, but it's going to be a great benefit to you later on. And make sure that you're following up with people then after they finish the challenge group and saying, hey, I remember that we talked about you being part of, me introducing this coaching opportunity to you. I would be so glad if we had an opportunity to chat about it. When are you free in the next few days? Or invite them to the coach sneak peek group. We're starting that every Monday. Invite them to that. So challenge groups, all of us should be doing them, either having our own or buddying up with other coaches. This is your way you get your Success Club points, particularly, but challenge groups is definitely a huge way to get coaches. And not only that, but the coaches that you plug in that went through the challenge that got results are going to be so excited to go and invite people to challenge groups because they just came out of this amazing experience where they lost 20 pounds, 30 pounds. And if you can stir them up and say, hey, you have this amazing success with your challenge group, how would you like to go invite a few people to partake in what you got to partake in? Like, how would you like to basically give to somebody else this amazing experience, this amazing feeling you have? So those are going to make really awesome coaches. So challenge groups is one way. Another way you can share the business opportunity is the 5-day sneak peek groups. We're starting those every Monday. And again, that's a very simple way for you to invite somebody and kind of share the business opportunity with them, because it should not be very intimidating for you. You're inviting them to this group that's already set up. There are other people in there that are going to have questions too. Now, the only thing I will say is, please, just like with the challenge groups, just like with the new coach basics training, don't add your clients in, don't add your coaches in and just leave them. You are their contact. You are their person that they know, they feel familiar and comfortable with. You need to be walking them through that group. I'm going to be the one to pin the posts, and if I see that that person that got added hasn't been, tagged in the day's assignment or whatever, I will go ahead and tag them so they know, oh, today we're learning about the benefit of signing up early as a coach. But when they have questions, when they have concerns, when they're excited about something, you are the person that needs to reach out and answer those things. It's totally fine if other coaches do, but if you were the person that's their point of contact that added them into that group, you have to walk with them through that. I will say that probably if you do not, they will not sign up, because I think that tells them right off the bat that this person isn't really with me. So make sure you are showing up and showing them right there that you're totally with them, because it's one thing for you to say, yeah, I'm going to walk through you with this, or I'm going to walk with you through this, I'm going to totally train you. But if they see that you're not with them in this group and answering their questions, you're kind of showing that. You're showing your actions more than you're telling them. So make sure that you, as their coach, are walking them through. And it doesn't matter if you've never added somebody in the group and you don't know the answer to the question. If you don't know, reach out to another coach or Google it. Ask me. But don't let that keep you from keeping in contact with them. And it's the best learning experience when I have had new coaches ask me questions or clients ask me questions. That's where we all learn, because you're having to go find the answer. So don't be afraid to not know the answer. There's tons of us to help. Okay, so challenge groups, you find coaches. The coach sneak peek is a great way to share the business opportunity. One thing I will say about that too is I think there's a fine line in who you reach out to. I think sometimes we get hung up on looking for a certain kind of person, though I will say, yes, have a standard for who you present the opportunity to, but I will say probably the most successful coaches on my team were outside of who I thought I would gravitate towards. So for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I kind of gravitate towards other stay-at-home moms. But I have very successful coaches on my team that are men, that are, young women that don't have families yet. So make sure that you have kind of an open mind when it comes to inviting. And even if you don't think that somebody might not necessarily be like your ideal, go ahead and invite them anyway. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is they say, no, it's not really for me. But it could be that they would be a phenomenal coach. So just keep that in mind when you're inviting people. Also, we should be inviting three to five people a week at least to the business opportunity. And I will talk about that as soon as I talk about this last way to present the opportunity. So I talked about challenge groups. I talked about the 5-day sneak peek. And then the last way I have recently been sharing the business opportunity is literally I'm just sharing with people like I would invite them to my fitness group. So kind of what I've been doing this last week, I'm kind of shifting things around a little bit. I'm realizing that when I first started doing this, the big pull was for me to find clients. So I was looking around for people on Twitter, on Instagram. We're doing the form, we're forming them, asking questions, having them connect with us on Facebook. But I just found myself hitting kind of this wall where I would connect them on Facebook, then I would invite them to my fitness group and invite them to be a free client, and then I would kind of lose track of them. And I found that, yeah, I was getting like great free clients, but I was not getting as many challengers, I was not getting as many coaches, and I was just kind of feeling stuck with free clients, which is awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, we want free clients, but I think the problem comes in where we should be inviting those people right away to challenge groups and right away to business opportunity. And that's what I've started doing the last few weeks, and I've had a lot of success. So I kind of want to share that. And I think the thing with the business opportunity, I think sometimes we get really stuck on, well, they have to be Beachbody. They have to have gone through the programs. They need to have, kind of been with me for a little bit, and then I'll invite them, which totally works. That totally works. But I don't want us to lose sight of the fact that there are tons of people out there that are really business savvy, that have a passion for health and fitness. I mean, we connect with them every day on Instagram that are looking for this sort of opportunity. And if you can approach them in a professional way, they're super, super perceptive and receptive to the business opportunity. So I'm going to kind of share with you what I've been doing for the last few days. So what I did is, and I'm going to share this in our group, I created an application on Google Drive to join my team. So it's pretty professional looking. I'm going to pull it up, and I'm just going to kind of read to you kind of some of the questions I ask in it. They're pretty basic, and this is something that I've just been kind of playing around a little bit with on the people that I'm connecting with on Instagram. So I'll connect with somebody on Instagram, and typically all the people that I'm connecting with are fitness minded. They're very much my ideal client. So women, typically moms, sometimes men, but I'm generally, like I talked about the last few weeks, we hit what we aim for. So I'm aiming for people like me that are my ideal clients. So I'm connecting with them on Instagram, and I'm basically saying to myself, okay, is this somebody that is trying to get fit that would be a really good fit for my challenge group? Or is this somebody that has kind of a business mind that I'm going to go ahead and just invite to my business opportunity? So, there are people on there that are personal trainers. There are people like, I just invited this gal today to the business opportunity, and she's filling out this application, and she is basically a certified nutritionist. And Some of these people are not going to be interested, but again, it's just like inviting to your challenge group. You're inviting, inviting, inviting. You're looking for the person that's looking for you. And some people are totally going to let the network marketing thing freak them out. I've had a few of those. My kind of answer to that objection, I just had this girl the other day that was like, oh, is this a Beachbody thing? And kind of the way I diffuse that is I basically say, oh, it sounds like you have a story about Beachbody. Tell me more. So she basically unloaded on how her girlfriend did Beachbody. She never went anywhere. It was super frustrating. She was always nagging her to sign up. So I got to speak to that rather than let that scare me off, because when somebody says that, they've had a bad experience. So, which we all have. We've all had those people in our lives that are network marketers that are just like, blah, like vomit all over. Like I had this lady that I met at the gas station that was an Avon lady, and it was like, I didn't even know what was happening, and I had a catalog in my hand, and she was inviting me to something, and like those people, we kind of have to clean up after sometimes. So this gal had this, kind of wall up. And I just left, I gave her room to share. So she shared that, and I was like, oh man, I totally understand. Like, how did that make you feel? And she just shared with me, like, I never wanted to be around her. I didn't ever want to be like that. And I basically said, I totally understand. I totally get that. How did you feel like I approached you? In all honesty, like I would love to know how did I approach you? Did you feel like that from me? And she responded like, no, not at all. I didn't feel like that from you. So I basically just used that, and I said, I totally understand, you had a bad experience. All I know is, and I said, I don't know about that. All I know is, and then I just shared my story. And after allowing her room to be honest with me, she's filling out the application. So don't get defensive when people have objections like that. Know that typically that's coming from a place of having a bad experience. And if you allow room for them to share that with you, and just use that old phrase, I don't know about that. All I know is, and share your experience. Like, I've been really successful with this business, and I've never had to push it on people. I've been trained how to find people that are looking for me and reach out and invite them. And that's basically what I shared with her. So in my application, and I'm going to share this in our group, you can do your own. Honestly, we all should have it, because I think the thing with Beachbody coaching, network marketing is the more you can do to make yourself professional. There's so many network marketers. I mean, Avon, Mary Kay, there's makeup, there's bags. There's so many people that are so unprofessional, and it really does not take a lot to be professional. So just me kind of making this application and basically having everyone that wants to join my team now has to fill this application out. And then after they fill this application out, I'm interviewing them. So they're they're having this posture of like, oh, I need to do really good filling out this application. I need to be on my best behavior during this interview. Like, I really need to show her that I can do this thing. So you're making people kind of prove themselves to you, which in the long run is going to really produce quality coaches for you. So I've had 5 people fill this application out this week, and I'm going to be starting interviews. I'm leaving next week for a week, so I might be starting interviews when I get back. But anyway, so here's my application. So basically it just says FMB Fitness Coach Application. I have them give me their first and last name, their email address, what their preferred method of contact is. And don't feel like you need to scribble this out really fast. I'm going to put this up in our group. What's their Facebook link? And then I go into personalities because it's very important to know someone's personality when you're presenting the coaching opportunity to them. So, do they like fun? If they do, you're going to want to send them the videos of the cruise or summit or the Super Saturdays. Are they motivated by helping others? Then you're going to want to speak to them about helping people. So challenge groups, that's going to be a great way. You're going to be able to reach out and you're going to be able to help somebody really transform their lives. Are they motivated by facts and figures? So these are the people that want to know, how much can I make by what time, and what does emerald mean, and what does ruby mean, and what does diamond mean? So those are the people that you're going to be able to go into more detail with. And then, or are they motivated by a challenge or a goal or leadership? So putting that, for those people, basically saying, hey, I really see you as, a rising leader, and I think you could really be an asset and be a leader in my team. I really think that I have a place for you specifically. So that's important to have in there. And then I kind of go through and have them evaluate the following statements. So one of them is, I enjoy the comfort of being assigned clear-cut tasks rather than having to decide myself what I spend time with doing. So do they disagree with that? Do they agree? I am self-motivated and my goal is to work for myself from home. Do I disagree? Do I agree? So basically, you're really finding out if this person's going to be a good coach, and then what kind of a coach are they going to be? What are they going to need from you? What do you need to do to motivate them? And this is going to be, when you get it set up, this is going to really weed out those people that are not good coaching material. If somebody cannot take the time to fill this application out, they don't need to be a coach on your team. They just don't. And I think that's okay. And that might be hard for some of you at first, especially if you only have a few coaches, but really you want quality coaches. Now, if somebody wants to sign up to be a discount coach, I might not make them fill this out, though you could find that by having them fill this out, you get them excited. Part of it is what would best describe your goal as a coach. So what would you like to make? Do you want to make 0 to 15,000 a year? Do you want to make 15 to 35,000 a year? What do you want to make? And so if somebody signs up to be a discount coach and they see like, oh, I can make 50,000 a year. Like, I just have this lady who's going through the new coach, the 5-day coach sneak peek. She just messaged me today and was like, oh, I can make money doing this? And I was like, yeah. So she was totally fine for, finding out about being a coach and did not even know that she could make money at it. So, which I love that. But, yeah, so this is going to be a great way for you to invite people kind of right away. We've all had those people on Instagram that we connect with right away, and you're like, oh my gosh, this person, I could totally see that they'd be a good coach. But we kind of feel like there's this time that has to lapse before we ask them, which sometimes can be a benefit. But for me personally, I found that time lapses, and then that kind of connection, that momentum that I grew with them in those few days while we were interacting back and forth, that I lost that momentum, and then they're not even posting in my fitness group. So I feel like I fought so hard to protect keeping them as a free client that I really gave up the opportunity to have them as a coach on my team. So you're going to need to kind of play around with it. And again, I've been doing this for a long time, so I generally have a feeling who's going to be really receptive to this sort of an invitation and who won't be. So don't get frustrated in the beginning if you have people like, no, I'm totally not interested in that at all. Honestly, if that's the worst that you get, like, Awesome. Keep inviting. But it might take time for you to know, oh, okay, this person would be a great person for me to go ahead and invite. So I wanted to kind of share a few conversations that I had had just today and kind of how I presented the invite with them. So this is a gal, and maybe not next week, but the week after, I'm going to play around with being able to screen share with you guys so that you can actually see the conversations that I'm having. So I connected with this gal today, and her name is Jacqueline, and she's the certified nutritionist, and her husband owns a gym. And just connecting with her, I was like, oh my gosh, this gal would be so awesome at being a fitness coach. It's something she's already doing. It would complement really well what she's already doing. So I knew that I was going to kind of practice inviting her the business opportunity. So we connected on Instagram. I basically try, and I've talked about this before, but with connecting with people on Instagram, I kind of go back and forth a few times, and then my go-to thing is, by the way, are you on Facebook? I'm on there more. I would love to connect with you there. My link is in my profile, and I have my Facebook link in my profile. So I am not trying to search for them. If they genuinely want to connect with me on Facebook, they'll find me. So I'm just doing that. It's easier for me. I can kind of get in and get out. So she found me on Facebook, and I basically, my first message whenever I friend people is, I'm so glad that we connected on here. And then I look at their timeline, and I look at their photo, and I noticed that it was of her and her family. So I just complimented her, like, you have a beautiful family. And then I just kind of went back and forth a little bit more. I asked her about her kids. So on Instagram, I'm kind of keeping it very fitness focused. And then on Facebook, I form her. So I asked her about family, I asked her about what she does, what they do for fun. And then my invite is basically, I kind of respond to what she said. So I wrote, it's amazing, isn't it, being able to, she had asked me about fitness coaching. So I said, being able to quit my job to stay at home with my kids has been such a blessing, and I want to be able to take our kids all over the world, and now to have the means to travel with them has been so rewarding. And then I put, hey, by the way, I am wondering if you could help me out. I am always looking for amazing ladies like yourself who have a passion for fitness and health to train them to be a fitness coach on my team. It may or may not be something for you personally, though I think you would be amazing, and it would really fit well with what you're already doing. But if you know of anyone who would be interested in learning how to make a great income, helping people get on track with their fitness and weight loss goals, will you have them friend me and shoot me a message? I have an application they can fill out. I don't just take anyone, but I am looking to add 3 more ladies to my personal mentor group for this next month, and thought I would ask a few of my Facebook friends if they knew of anyone who might be interested in applying. And she wrote back and said, amazing, can you give me more information as to what the job entails? And I basically said, yes, you bet. Basically, I set up meal plans and workout programs for people that are stuck at a plateau and help encourage them. So I keep it very specific to what I'm doing. I don't come right out and say, I'm a Beachbody coach, because sometimes there's a little stigma with that. So I'm totally saying what I do, because that's exactly what I do, but I'm saying it in a way that's not going to be threatening, I guess, if that makes sense. And then I basically tell her, here's a link, fill out the application, and we can go from there. Does that sound good? And she said, yep. So she's going to fill out the application. So at the bottom of my application, it says, I will contact you within 3 days to discuss your application. In the meantime, please be sure to do the following. And it has 2 links on there. One is a link to Beachbody coaching video. So basically, this is what being a Beachbody coach is. It's it's that short video that we've used a lot. So I have that. And then there's a 30-minute Craig Holiday call. It's just a recorded call where he talks about being a Beachbody coach and how amazing it is that you have this $40 investment into this business, and some people are producing 7-figure incomes from this little $40 investment. And really the advantage of working in a network marketing business where I'm not having to pay rent on a building, I'm not having to find accountants, bookkeepers, customer service. Beachbody set all that up, and we pay $40 to get the opportunity to make 6-7 figures a year. It's an amazing opportunity. Like, it really is. And those people that let that deter them are not meant to be in this business, because if $40 is too discouraging for somebody, then getting told no by somebody they invite to a challenge group is going to knock them off their kilter. Like, those people should not be coaches, and it's okay. So we need to be okay with letting them go. So basically, what this application is allowing you to do, really, it's allowing you to weed out those people that are not going to be good coaches. It's making you look very professional. So they literally cannot submit their application until they watch those 2 things. So they submit their application. Where does that go? Well, the application I set up is on my Google Drive, so you can check responses on there and just go over. It literally will send you what they wrote, so you can kind of go over it. And then what I'm doing is I'm messaging them back, and I'm basically, here, let me find the one that I just sent. I'm sending them a quick message, and I'm asking them one more thing. So this was a gal that applied, and I messaged her back and I said, all right, I looked over your application. You sound like a great fit for our team. It takes quite a bit of work on my part to set someone up successfully, so I'm really looking for people who are serious about taking this opportunity and running with it. How serious are you? The person I'm looking for has 3 main qualities. They are a team player, they're self-motivated, and they're dependable. Do you feel like you have these qualities? If so, we should set up a time for a phone interview. When in the next day or 2 are you available? So, and she got back to me right away. She said, I'm very serious about this. I do possess those qualities. Here are the times I'm available in the next few days. So she's somebody that I'm going to interview, and basically the interview is going to be what makes you excited about this opportunity? How much do you want to make? Do you want to make a little bit? Do you want to make a lot? What for? So I'm going to really get her dreaming about what she wants coaching to be, and then get her signed up. And really, by the time they've gone through all that, they're excited, they're ready to go. And it makes your time with them worth it. So really, I'm spending 20-30 minutes on the phone, but she's had to go through a few hoops before she's even been able to talk to me. So you might be, again, inviting quite a few people in the beginning. And I'm not saying everyone that you connect with on Twitter or Instagram you have to invite, but I want you to start practicing sharing the business opportunity with people, even people that you're meeting through those social media platforms. And I think all of us have encountered those people that were like, oh, they're so business and fitness minded, they would be a great coach. So I'm going to put my application in our fitness group. You can copy mine word for word. So when you set up your Google Drive form, you can just copy what I did, and then it'll give you a link, and you can just send that link to people, and then you can go right back on there and check their response. So again, it's just another way of having a professional way of sharing the opportunity. And I will put all my notes and the conversation I talked about and everything I wrote, I'll put that in a file and I'll title it business opportunity or something. So those are the three main ways to share the business opportunity. Challenge group attendees, after they finish a challenge group, the 5-day sneak peek group, and then the third one was just sharing the business opportunity. And with that, go and look what I just shared tonight. I just basically shared, my success with being a Beachbody coach, and I invited people to apply to be on my team. So I shared that on my wall tonight. That's another way to kind of share with people. And I normally will put the link for the application right on there, but tonight I didn't, so I'll just message it to people. But again, those three opportunities to share with people, the business coaching, or share with people the business opportunity about being a Beachbody coach. Utilize all three of those. I think the first two are really easy to get kind of stuck in, but I want you guys to practice kind of sharing with other people, and we need to make sure that we're sharing at least 3 to 5 with 3 to 5 people a week. Presenting, putting the business opportunity in front of 3 to 5 people a week. And it might feel kind of weird at first, because I think, like I said, we've gotten really good at sharing the challenge groups, and the business opportunity is something we just don't have as much practice maybe with sharing. But I want you guys to start practicing and coming up with your own application and inviting people. So this next week, I'm going to be out of town. We have Summit going on. I'm going to be out of town. I'm not going to Summit, but I'm going to talk with some of the other coaches and make sure that we have at least somebody posting in our group, kind of giving updates about what's going on at Summit, especially since I'm going to be out of town. So I'm not going to be around to do a call next Monday. But we'll go ahead, and I'm either going to record a call this week, or we'll just take the week off and do one the following Monday when I get back. I'm going to be camping in Yellowstone, and I have no idea what my reception will be like. So if you need to get a hold of me, if you have a question, you can text me. My cell number is in our file in our group. Feel free to text me if you need anything. Reach out to our group, reach out to the other coaches. The Team Motivate is a great resource. And if you have any questions before I leave, just feel free to message me. And that is all for tonight. So thank you guys for listening. I know a lot of you guys are going to listen tomorrow. And as always, if you have anything that you want to chat with me about, feel free to message me. And if you have anything that you want me to speak specifically to on these calls, let me know. I'm just kind of going with whatever comes to mind. So if you have something specific you want me to talk about, let me know, and we'll go from there. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for being on the call.